And speaking of, I guess these quarterbacks, we're gonna now get into our tier list of the quarterbacks that are going to be playing in 2021-22 NFL season. Obviously, there aren't. We haven't included the rookies, like I said before. We also didn't include guys like Philip Rivers, Drew Brees. Big Ben was there, but Big Ben actually decided to not retire, and so we might actually just replace him for Mason Rudolph because we don't have the picture of Big Ben on this screen. Yeah, it's disappointing, but I think Mason Rudolph, we already know he would probably be in the dog water category. Speaking of these categories, we have superstar, elite. Kirk Cousins, I'd say, is above average. That's why we put Kirk Cousins because I think he's always been like a top 15 QB. I think it's always fair to say something like that. So Kirk Cousins is there. Average is there. Then there's the backup tier, and then dog water, like I said that before. That's basically meaning if you're just a trash quarterback and have basically no reason to be in the NFL. And yeah, like I said before, we don't have Big Ben, so we're gonna instead have Mason Rudolph have replace him for that. And yeah, we can get started with the main man himself, Aaron Rodgers. We're gonna be ranking these two
Best
on
quarterback in
their
the NFL.
on their categories. He's my number one for me as well. He's in the superstar tier without a doubt, and it's no debate. We can honestly move on. Next, Alex Smith. He's now hitting the free agency market. Uh, he does still want to continue to play football. He should have a market for these in the backup market. I would definitely take him as a backup. He played well when he was on the field. So for me, I'd actually keep him in. I mean, between average and backup, you could either be low average or high backup, Reeb.
I'm leaning towards backup because I don't think he has a ceiling at all whatsoever
Yeah,
right
he
now.
doesn't have a
And
ceiling. Yeah, I think he played inspirational football. I had zero expectations from him. He could have even been playing dog water, but he still played some insane football. So, inspirational football, I should say. So, I think that's very fair to say. Andy Dalton here, I'd probably say is average, and I'm pretty sure you could probably agree with that at this point.
yep,
Kyler Murray, I think this is an interesting one with Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray had a pretty good season. He had a great start to the season. He was in the MVP conversation for both of us. I believe for the first half of the season, I think it's fair to say that he was in the top three, Arib. Obviously died
somewhere around
down.
there.
Obviously died down after he kept on losing games, and they only went 7-9. For me, you can go a lot of ways here. He could be elite, but I think at this moment he's above average. He could be elite this upcoming year, but I think where things currently stand, I think he's in that Kirk Cousins above average category.
Yeah, and I wonder if this is because his head coach Cliff Kingsbury, he doesn't seem to like adapt sort of the way you'd like him to. Like I don't know if he's the greatest head coach for Kyler Murray rather, but I think I'd agree with you, and we can change this depending on how this like plays out and who else we have in
Definitely
the Kirk Cousins tier. I'd say he's probably high Kirk Cousins, low elite, but I
agree.
want to see who else we fill out here in the elite category.
Yep.
Um,
Next we have Cam Newton. Cam
average.
Newton average, yeah, he's probably low end average now because
He's
he
above
hasn't.
Andy Dalton, I think.
He's a.
Though.
Oh, you think he's above Andy Dalton? Ah, yeah, I'll back that actually because I think they both were temporary quarterback like patches to the team. So I think that's fair to say. Next we have my guy Carson Wentz, your guy Carson Wentz as well. For me, I'm gonna obviously say he's above average, but this is entering the season, so we can't say what we predict necessarily. Uh, I predict he'll be above average. Um, right now he was dog water this past season, so you can't say he's dog water. I'm gonna probably put average at this moment. At this moment,
Um, I think I've got to go. See, I can't put him in the same tier as a Kyler Murray, so I'll put him above average.
I'll put him above these two. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
only
and
thing I
I
could
think
do.
you can maybe make a case depending on how this plays out. You can put him in the Kirk Cousins tier, but again, he was a doo doo.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that's exactly my point. You could definitely make the argument that that Carson Wentz was dog water. And if I were to put, you just can't say that at this moment. Reeb,
Rest
I
in
love the
peace.
jersey. Yep, rest in peace, Carson Wentz with the Philadelphia Eagles jersey. Next we have Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is on the Kirk Cousins level for me as well. He's not elite yet. He can
He
be
probably
elite.
will never be truly elite, in my opinion.
He was elite. He was elite. I guess you can say in terms of statistics, he was elite the games that he played last year. But at the end of the day, they weren't getting wins. So and
Also, it's the
he
inconsistencies
had
for me,
awful
Amal.
first halves. Exactly, exactly. He was very inconsistent. Awful first halves. Obviously, he did way better in the second halves of games. But I mean, like you said before, inconsistencies. I
He'd
think
go
he's
quarters without scoring, like quarters, halves. Like
like
you'd
I
be like,
said. I
"What the
just
hell
said,
is
yeah,
going on?" Like,
exactly,
and
yeah.
at some point, it's like, yeah, there's some drops here and there. Like your offensive line isn't what it used to be, but you got to put some blame on Dak Prescott. I'd put him above Kyler Murray though.
Yeah, I think at this moment you have to put him above Kyler Murray. I think that's very fair to say. Next we have Derek Carr. I want to hear what you think about this first because you can actually go both ways for this one, considering Derek Carr, statistically speaking, is a monster. So you can go first here.
Um, I'd probably put him below Dak, but at some point, I think you can also make the argument that all the three guys that we're gonna have in the Kirk Cousins tier belong in the elite tier. So like,
Exactly.
you might
So
want to move him all up. I don't know, because like
it is
elite,
interesting.
elite for me like is the Matt
Elite.
Ryan tier. The Matt Ryan tier would be like elite quarterbacks, like Matt
Yeah, yeah.
Ryan, um, maybe
Matt Ryan
Justin
and
Herbert, or not Justin Herbert, but like Matt Ryan, probably like maybe a Ryan Tannehill or someone like that.
yeah,
Like,
that's probably where I'd have those
so
guys. Yeah, the
I
guys
think
that are reliable right now. That's my thing. Like I'd probably put yeah.
I'd probably
So
put Derek Carr in a low
yeah,
elite tier. I think maybe or high.
it's close. That's
Derek
why I
Carr is
wanted to
better
hear.
than
I think
Kyler
Derek Carr's better than
Murray.
Kyler Murray. Statistically, he's better than Dak, but I don't know. Dak, I feel like this is a close
They're
one.
tied for me, honestly.
I'll lean Dak Prescott here. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. We'll keep him in the middle. Next we have Deshaun Watson. Okay,
Superstar.
so yeah, superstar here. I don't want to have too many superstar QBs. I think that's obviously very clear. We're gonna make sure like the superstar quarterbacks are all on the same tier, meaning they can beat each other any day. And then like elites, literally just a step down above from the superstar. Next we have Drew Lock. Drew Lock's average, I think, for me. He's probably
He's better than Cam Newton and Andy
yeah,
Dalton, I think.
yeah. I think that's fair to say. Gardner Minshew is
I think he's also
probably
average.
yeah. I
I
think
think he's probably better than Dalton and Newton, maybe.
it's close between him and Newton, but I think Gardner Minshew he's rallied his team very well throughout games. So
He's a great leader. Yeah.
I'm gonna take him above Cam Newton because Cam Newton hasn't he showed it a couple times, but I like Gardner Minshew now, young quarterback. Next we have Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett is a great backup. I think he's probably one of the better backups in this league. Uh, can I say he's average? I mean, the years that he was with the Colts, he only won like 6 games, so I'm not gonna say he's average per se. I'll probably put him as the number one backup.
I'm down with that.
Uh, let's move there. Jalen Hurts, your guy here. Um, your choice here. Up to you. I don't mind.
I think he's better than Drew Lock. So I'd put him right behind Carson Wentz. I'd give Carson Wentz the edge due to talent and also because he's on a better team. But you got to give the edge to Carson Wentz,
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah,
over
yeah,
Jalen Hurts.
yeah.
I don't
Obviously,
think
yeah.
I don't think Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback than him. And I also don't think you can put Jalen Hurts in like the Kirk Cousins tier or like a
Nowhere
truly
near.
elite
No,
tier. I
not
don't think he's
definitely not.
there.
He's
But
the
he's also
starting
not,
quarterback. He's the
yeah.
starting
And some
quarterback.
people think that he's dog water and like overrated or he's a backup. I don't agree with that. I think he's average right now with potential to be more than that.
All right, next is Jabo Wins, Jameis Winston. He was the backup sometimes third string quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees, under the assumption this is of course Drew Brees is retired. I think Jameis Winston here is probably above Jalen Hurts, and I'd probably stop it there.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, and
Throws too many picks to be anywhere
if
higher than average.
yeah, if Drew Brees does come back, we'll just speak in the case that Drew Brees does come back. And honestly, surprising, we still haven't made that announcement that he himself has decided to retire. If he does come back, I'm gonna put him in the elite tier. I don't really care if he had a trash season this past year. I'm
He
still
wasn't
putting
even trash. Like
he wasn't even
he was a
trash. It
good
was
quarterback.
exactly. I'm putting Drew Brees in the elite tier. You could honestly say because of his legacy, he's superstar. It doesn't matter. He's in one of the top two tiers, and you can't debate that either. Um, yeah, I think Jameis Winston for now is in the average category with the potential obviously to go higher. Next is Jared Goff. Uh, the newly traded Detroit Lion.
He's
This is
average below Carson Wentz.
he's also below Carson Wentz for me as well. He was below Carson Wentz last year. He's also below Carson Wentz this year. Although he did have a better season, but I mean his statistics were not the best either by any
He's just
means.
again, it's inconsistency, and like that's why we have Dak, Kyler, and Derek Carr in the Kirk Cousins tier, not the elite tier. Like we knocked him down due to inconsistencies. But Jared Goff has like a whole different level of inconsistency, and he doesn't have the same ceiling necessarily as those guys. Even though he has played like it before, I just don't think that's that thing that we very rarely see. I think it's more of a flash in the pan more than anything else.
Yeah, agreed. Next we have Jarrett Stidham. Jarrett Stidham for me is definitely backup. I think he's below Brissett and he honestly might be even below Alex Smith because he did not look good whenever he played for me. You could honestly put dog water here, but I think this is his second year, third year. So I mean, we haven't seen a lot from him. So uh,
Mm-hmm.
up to
Agreed.
I'll put him in backup, but he's below those two for sure. Jimmy G.
He's Kirk
For
Cousins for me. He's the last
yeah,
one right
he's
now.
the last one for Kirk Cousins tier. Agreed. Joe Burrow. This is an interesting one here,
I
Reed.
think I
He
might
did
low
not.
key put him at elite mall. I'm not even joking. I'm really
I,
high on Joe
I,
Burrow.
I'm really high on Joe Burrow too. Is he right now? You can't say obviously right now he's better than Dak Prescott. Right now he's better than Kyler Murray. Right now
I
he's
think you
better
could
than
make the
Derek
argument that he
Carr.
is. Like, I think if you put
But
them into
I think
similar
you have to.
situations, you
Yeah,
could. You
you definitely can. But he's also coming off a torn ACL injury, which definitely is a problem. But so is Dak, and Derek Carr came off one too. Uh, I think just because of the fact that there's not enough data because he didn't play a lot of games either. I think I'll put him Kirk Cousins category.
I'd put him above Jimmy G, maybe above Kyler, and maybe above Derek Carr.
Yeah, I'll probably put him above. Kyler Murray did show a lot last year. I'll put him above Jimmy G. You could maybe put him above. I mean, up to you between him and Kyler. I can't put him above Derek Carr yet because Derek Carr has been shown consistently that he's been playing well. So
hmm
it's I mean it's between you. It's up to you between Kyler and Joe Burrow.
It's a coin flip. It just, I think when
They're
it comes
both
down
number
to it, I
one. The
think,
last two number one picks as well.
yeah,
So.
I think Joe Burrow's just a better quarterback when it comes to being a pure quarterback. I think he's more accurate, a better decision maker. I think he has a better head, like all the above the shoulder stuff. Kyler Murray does give you the running ability though. So like
I
it's
think
just like what you prefer.
both of them. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if both make elite next year and even superstar. They have very high ceilings, both of these guys.
Agreed.
So I mean, you can't go wrong. I think they're tied. They can. I think we can keep it as is. Next, Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco. I think he's had a great career. Super Bowl MVP. I don't think he's even made I don't think he can even make backup tier. I think it's time for him to call it quits.
Oh
It's
no, I think he's
dog water.
backups here because
Nah, bro.
I think he's
Nah,
better than
nah.
Alex Smith, bro.
No, 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 no. The reason I'm saying that he's not there right now is because whenever he has the veteran leadership, I guess, but he hasn't been playing good football when he's on the field, in
I
my
mean, he looked
opinion.
better than Sam Darnold, Loki. So like, I don't know.
Okay, fine. We'll beg to differ. We'll put him above We'll put him above Jarrett
above
Stidham.
Stidham, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Jordan Love, this dude's unknown as hell.
So we're
He
gonna put
could
him in
be,
dog water, right, Amal?
yeah. I mean, you can't. This is we're not gonna make an unknown tier, but he's completely unknown. We don't even know if he's good. We don't know if he's bad. He could be a superstar for all we know. We really don't know anything about Jordan Love. I think it's unfair to even put him. I honestly don't even want to put him on a tier list here. Uh, but since we're forced to, we're gonna keep him in
Backup is
the
the only
we're
way to
gonna
put him.
PM as the yeah. I mean, yeah, he is the highest backup for me, Reeb. I think as a first round pick, he'd have to be the highest backup. So yeah, that's why I mean. So I'm assuming his ceiling, so I'm gonna keep him as the highest backup.
Hmm.
Next, we have
Mason Rudolph / Big Ben.
yeah. So yeah, Big Ben. Yeah. We're gonna use him as Big Ben because Big Ben has decided to play. And for me, he's on the Kirk Cousins tier. He's probably right. Is he above Jimmy G for you?
Yeah, I think I'd put him above Jimmy G, but slightly.
Yeah, I think him and Joe Burrow.
Hmm.
I think that's fair.
And Mason
Uh,
Rudolph, I'd put in the backup tier because I think he played one game last season and he didn't look like complete dog water, so that'll progress him from the dog water tier to backup.
yeah, I feel bad because the YouTube viewers, if they just like scroll to this time lapse time span of the video, and they see Mason Rudolph at the Kirk Cousins tier, they might just turn it off. So yeah, if you please listen to the whole thing and make sure that we have Mason Rudolph as a backup tier and not Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins tier is resembling Big Ben, who was on the superstar tier before. Josh Allen is elite for me. He's not superstar.
Agreed.
Uh, yeah, I think he's the first quarterback that makes this tier list. I think he can be superstar depending on he had a great season. He was second in MVP voting. I think you can't really ask for more. Maybe I think the only thing
I think it's
that I
just
need
consistency and seeing him do it for more
consistency.
than one
Yeah,
season.
yeah. I think if he does this next year, he can move up to
Because
those
when it comes
tiers.
down to it, almost superstar players, they've been doing it for 2, 3. In the case of Aaron Rodgers, and I'm assuming we're gonna have Russell Wilson like a decade or at least more than a decade. So like you have that longevity consistency that just frankly he does not have currently.
Yeah. Next, Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert's probably right next to Joe Burrow for me. You can keep them tied. Honestly,
I'd put him below Justin Herbert, just Joe Burrow rather, but slightly. But
but I think
it's it's
he's the
it's a
rookie.
coin flip again.
He's the rookie of the year. I think that you have to look at it that way. You're just extremely high on Joe Burrow, bro. I'll be honest. I am too. I love Joe Burrow. He's playing for his hometown in Cincy. Uh, so I mean,
It's a
just
coin flip between me
for
and
me,
him,
yeah.
I guess.
For me, I'll take Justin Herbert just because he actually played the whole season while Joe Burrow could not. Next is Kirk Cousins. I mean, the Kirk Cousins tier is named after Kirk Cousins. He is
I
definitely
put
on
him
the Kirk
above Big
Cousins
Ben.
tier. I'll put him probably above Big Ben, and you can probably stop it there. Kirk Cousins, there's nothing really to talk about there. He is Kirk Cousins. When he can play, he's probably above every single quarterback on this Kirk Cousins tier. But we don't see enough of that, man. That's my only problem with Kirk Cousins. So we
Mhm.
can move on. Next here is we just
Yeah, we already had
there's
Kyle
two.
Murray, so you can just move that picture to the bottom, and then
Yeah, that's Kyler Murray again.
Lamar Jackson.
Next, Big Truz,
I'd put him
Lamar
elite
Jackson,
tier,
elite tier. Is he better than Josh Allen? I think I think
probably.
he is better than Josh Allen. I think he definitely. I think it is close. I think Josh Allen. I think Lamar Jackson is better. He shown that he could do it 2 years in a row. He had the MVP season the previous year. This year he did. This season he didn't look that bad. He still led his team to playoff success, in my opinion. Had his first career playoff win. So I'll take him in
This
just
year, though,
above.
Amal, I think was
Uh,
disappointing. If I'm a Lamar Jackson fan,
I
like
think I think
he was in superstar tier
it
last year, we moved him down to elite. I don't think he progressed in his passing the way that we thought he would. And if he
that's
did,
definitely true.
he would be a superstar. But I just don't think he did. And the reason we're probably putting him above Josh Allen, who I think Josh Allen had a way better year through the air. You saw way more from him in flashes, not even flashes, just like consistency. And yeah, that might be scheme. Brian Dable really schemed a hell of a season up there in
Yeah.
Buffalo. But he just did more with his arm. But I think when it comes down to it, as a pure playmaker, I mean, you got to give it to Lamar, bro. Like his what is it like his
Dynamic. He's
pooping story,
dynamic.
his pooping story against Cleveland, week 16, week 15, or whatever it was, might be the game of the year. Like,
Definitely. Next, we have Marcus Mariota, a guy that's not in high demand apparently in these trade talks. I don't know if he'll get cut by the Raiders or not, but I think he will be on the roster definitely by the fall time of 2021. Uh, Marcus Mariota for me, Reeb, I think he's probably right above Minshew.
I'd probably put him
Maybe
above Lock.
you could honestly say he's above Lock. I think uh
Hurts, I think, like you saw more with his legs. You saw him
yeah.
actually play more than one game. So
Yeah,
like,
that's my thing. Yeah, and you could honestly say the same thing about both Minshew and Locke, but I think Mariota has shown that I think he has that new and vigor, and he's trying to he's trying to prove himself again, like Brian Tannehill once did. Next, we got my man Exton out of Exton, PA, Matty Ice.
I think he's the bottom of the elite tier.
Yeah, I think he didn't have the best year this past year, but I think Matty Ice is the definition of consistent football play, and you can never, ever, ever doubt Matty Ice ever. And I think the Falcons being the reason why Falcons are playing poorly, I think it's not because of Matty Ice. I think it's because of the Falcons defense and the injuries that have been around him. Julio Jones not being able to play all these games definitely hurts him. Calvin Ridley did have a monster year, so they have two top 10 wide receivers, so he shouldn't really be complaining, and he's still playing well. But I think definitely low elite tier. Both of us, both the Reeb and I, are very high on Matt Ryan, and everyone really should be. He's like I said before, he's very consistent. People are gonna probably say he's average, maybe Kirk Cousins tier, but I definitely don't see that in Matt Ryan. Reeb.
Yeah, I agree with that. We can go
Next,
with Stafford. I think he's also
Maddie's.
elite. I think
Yeah,
he's a coin flip with. I'd probably put him below Matt Ryan because Matt Ryan, I think, is more consistent. We've seen it
agreed.
longer,
Yeah,
and also
definitely.
like we've seen Matt Ryan win games. We haven't seen Matt Stafford win games, and we'll see if that sort of asterisk on Matt Stafford's resume is removed this season when he actually has a good team around him.
See, this is interesting. Matt Stafford's never had a good team around him since he hasn't had. Okay, I'll say never. He hasn't had a good team around him since Megatron days. If if he does prove himself to be that dude, you can immediately move him up to the superstar tier because he's never had this talent around him with Cooper Cup and Robert Woods. Uh, and Van Jefferson, Cam Akers. Yeah, he's never had anywhere near as good of a team as this.
And Sean
Next,
McVay, I'm
and
all.
he hasn't, and Sean McVay. Yeah, he hasn't had a coach like Sean McVay. Yes, he had Jim Caldwell, who was in the Super Bowl with the Colts, but still nowhere near the level of Sean McVay. Sean McVay is also went to the Super Bowl. He's a mastermind. So definitely could definitely see him in the superstar tier next year if things work out well for Matt Stafford. Next, we got Mitch Trubisky. For me, Reed, he's for the meme,
He,
you can put him in dog water, but I'm not gonna say that because
he's average.
he's the only MVP, the Nickelodeon most valuable player. So you could
In a
high key
losing
put it you
playoff
could high key
game.
put him above Aaron Rodgers, but I think we can settle with him being above Drew Lock.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think the thing with Drew Lock is he's almost way more inconsistent than Mitch Trubisky. And Mitch Trubisky doesn't have the ceiling that Drew Lock has, but I think Mitch Trubisky's hate is overblown. In all honesty, like I think the guy definitely wants to win. He's definitely tried his best to win. It's just that he's just not
Yeah.
that good at football.
Yeah. Next, Nick Foles, BDN. Also, a guy that you could also arguably put him over Aaron Rodgers as well. But I think for this one, I think we're probably going to put him right below Mitch. We'll probably put him maybe above. We could put him. We could put him
I'd
above,
put him
or we
below
could.
Minshew, probably below
Yeah, because since he lost his
him
job to
or
Minshew,
Dalton.
yeah, we
He's
could
probably
probably
all the
put
way at
him.
the bottom of average, to be honest.
Yeah. Is he better than Dalton? Nah, you're right. Yeah, damn, man. That's rough. Nick
BDN,
Foles.
bro.
It's
Right
okay, man.
below
Yeah,
his buddy
it's
Carson
okay. It's
Wentz.
okay, bro. I think in our hearts you're definitely above Aaron Rodgers for us. So it's all good. Next we got Mahomie, my guy, Patrick Mahomes.
Number two.
Uh Yeah, he's number 2 here at the moment, and I have no problem with that. Next, Russell Wilson, I have him number 3. Uh, Definitely you can lock him in at 3, like his number.
Mhm.
I think
I moved him down from number 1 last season to number 3. I have him
yeah,
below Mahomes now. I don't think he's a worse player than Mahomes. I think you can put all these top 4 guys and plug them into the same system. You're going to get the same results, give or take maybe 1 or 2 touchdowns here and there. I don't think
yeah.
he's I don't think like honestly, I'd rather take Russell Wilson over Patrick Mahomes. It's just that the stuff Patrick Mahomes does, bro, it's bonkers. Like, I don't know. Russell Wilson, he's definitely my favorite quarterback after Aaron Rodgers, though. That's just my personal take on it.
Yeah, next we got Fitzmagic. Fitzmagic, another quarterback that doesn't want to retire. He's still wants that NFL starting role, starting position. I think he's a very good quarterback, Reeb. Um, Honestly, he actually could be a better quarterback than Jimmy Garoppolo, but he doesn't play enough games. And also when he can't be a long-term starter from what I've seen. So he's probably above.
I put him above Mitch, maybe.
Yeah, I could probably. Yeah, I think that's fair. Although if I'm a team, yeah, if you're in a win now mode, I guess I'd rather have yeah, Fitzmagic. Yeah, all right, that's fair. Next, Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill, I'm high on. I shouldn't be high on him because it's a division rival, but I'm indeed very high on him. I'm putting him in the elite category. Where do you want to place him, Mareeb?
Last
Above?
one for
Yeah, I think
sure.
I think he's the last
I
one for
think he's
sure.
very clutch Amal. Like he shows up
Yeah.
in big moments. Yeah, I get you could say he gets carried by Derrick Henry, but if you actually watch the game, he's not getting carried by Derrick Henry. Like he's pulling his share of the work. I mean his throw to AJ Brown in week 17 against the Texans to essentially clinch that playoff spot. Like they were most likely going to make it in anyways, but still like this guy gets the job done through the air, through his legs if he needs to. He just shows up big in big moments. You could say he's above. He's probably in the. He could make an argument that he's in the Kirk Cousins tier, but I don't know. Maybe we're just overly high on him. I just really like Ryan Tannehill. Like I think
I
he's
like
clutch. He
I
shows up
like
big in big
yeah.
moments, and it's just a definition of maybe it really is just where you are. You need a change of scenery. So if you're a guy like Carson Wentz, Mitch Trubisky, if he does get signed somewhere, like those type of guys, and that change of scenery, like it could very much make the difference. Even Matt Stafford,
And I was critical with Tannehill this past offseason when he got the salary
big deal.
extension,
Yep.
and I really was like, dude, there's no way. I mean, when we say Ryan Tannehill, we automatically associate him with what he was in the Dolphins, and he was nothing with the Dolphins, right? So that mindset's already with you, like, shit, they really just offered this guy that type of money, and
It's like Blake Bortles
Ryan
all over
Tannehill,
again.
and he was a backup too, right? So then it's even more crazy, right? And but yeah, I mean, he's been a killer. He was low key in the MVP conversation throughout the entire year, Reeb, and very low key. But I think he's been very consistent, and he's been putting up good numbers and leading the Titans to success. And he, like you said, clutch play definitely
He's
helps.
definitely a leader as well. Like I think that's very underrated.
Definitely, yeah, and I think that's very fair for him to put elite compared to these guys in the Kirk Cousins category. I think they may all actually be better overall quarterbacks than Tannehill, but I just like for example, I think Kyler Murray, Justin Herbert, and Joe Burrow all probably are better overall quarterbacks than Tannehill, but I think it's the aspect that leadership, like you said, clutchness. I mean, I just fancy Tannehill here, and yeah, we can move on to Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones. You can put him probably since he does start. You can probably put him above. Can you put him above Hurts?
Nah, bro, I'd put him below Mitch, or
No,
I'd put him
no,
maybe
no,
above
no,
Mitch. Above
no. He's
Mitch.
above Mitch. The thing is with I think you're low on Danny Dimes though,
I'm
man.
really low on him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you low on Danny Dimes. Uh, so you're
Bro, they
saying
were like
above
high key
Mitch?
a better team when they had Colt McCoy in. Like they beat the Seahawks. Like I don't know.
All right, well, I'll back you with this one. I'll put him above. I'll put him above Mitch. Below Fitzmagic. Next, we got Sam Darnold. I'm extremely. I'm not one of those guys that hate on Sam Darnold. I actually like Sam Darnold. Uh, he is unnecessarily hated because the team sucks around him. Sucks like capital S, capital U, capital C,
And more
capital K,
importantly,
capital S.
Amal, he had Adam Gase, bro, like the
Yeah,
crack head.
I'm being dead serious. You can take Sam Darnold's entire career so far and evaluate it as a grain of salt. I think you
He's
can't.
a rookie prospect again, Amal. Like it's a
You
well-known
really
fact.
can't. You really cannot evaluate Sam Darnold and seriously say he's a bust. I think it's completely unfair. You don't know if he's as good as Baker Mayfield. You don't know if he's good as Lamar Jackson. We don't know because the dude has been working with absolutely nobody. And he still went 7-9 the 2 years ago. I don't understand how. But for me, he's definitely a really good quarterback. I'm probably going to put him third on this list, on this average list.
Um,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
he's definitely better than Jameis Winston, bro. He's definitely better than Jameis
I don't think
Winston.
he's better than Jameis Winston. I
Nah, he
think
definitely is.
I'd
He
probably
definitely
put
is.
him above Mariota.
No,
But
dude,
you
you're high
can
on Hurts then. What? You'd rather have Hurts right now over what? Yo,
Yeah, bro,
stop the cap.
I've seen
No,
some
no.
sort of recent success from
See,
Jalen
but that's the
Hurts
problem.
that we
That's the
haven't
problem with you.
seen.
That's the problem with Sam Darnold, though. You haven't seen anything with him because
Yeah, and because we haven't seen anything, I mean, yeah, you can say he had sucky talent. At the end of the day, it's Sam Darnold throwing the picks. Like it's no one else.
well, dude, who's he throwing to? That's the point.
Yeah,
All right.
that's something you formulate into the equation. But like, I don't
I
know.
mean, obviously,
Would I rather have 30 and 30 over like I guess
all right.
even
What's Hurts? What are you about to say for Hurts? What are you about to say for Hurts? Finish what you're about to say for Hurts.
well,
What's
I was
Hurts'
talking
stat
about
line?
Jameis Winston, like
All
Jameis
right,
Winston 30
yeah.
for 30,
Yeah,
right?
okay. And then
Jalen
what?
Hurts, he's a better running quarterback. He
All
clearly,
right.
I don't,
All right. If you gave Jameis Winston the same talent, and if you gave Sam Darnold the same talent Jameis Winston had in Tampa Bay, you're telling me that Sam Darnold wouldn't perform as well as Jameis Winston? Yes or no?
no, I don't know. So I couldn't
What?
say.
How, dude? What? I mean, I obviously we can't say, but I think just in terms of a pure like player, I'd rather have
I agree.
Sam
As a
Darnold.
prospect, I would definitely have Sam Darnold over Jameis Winston. I wouldn't take him over Jalen Hurts, but I
Nah,
think
you tripping,
he's just
dude.
such an unknown, bro. He's just such an unknown. I don't know.
All right, we'll beg to differ here. I'll put him above. I'll put him above Hurts, not Winston. Next we got Taysom Hill. This is another interesting one because Taysom Hill is not really a quarterback. He's a gadget guy. And when he did play quarterback, he actually wasn't that bad until he got the the break speed off of him in the Eagles game, which was a very surprising game, by the way. I never expected that to happen. I
Elite
think
quarterback Jalen Hurts there.
yeah. I think here Taysom Hill, it's so hard to even where do we put Taysom Hill, man? Because the
I think
games
you
he
should put
won,
him in superstar, bro. Like no one else can catch touchdown passes, run touchdowns. Like no one else can do it like him.
that's very true too. Shit, what do we do? Uh, dude, I don't know. I can't evaluate him as a quarterback. I really can't. He only had like 2 touchdowns in 2 games, so I can't. I can't. I
I
really.
don't even
It's
think he's average, bro. I think he's a backup.
okay as a
You could maybe
quarterback.
put him in
All
the
right,
dog
fine.
water
All
tier
right,
for a meme. Like I don't know.
all right. I think as a pure quarterback, he's the worst one on this entire list. Probably he's not a good quarterback, but I think as an overall player, he actually might actually be superstar. So it's very tough to read. Where do we put him here? Do you want to
I
put
think
him?
we should move on and do the rest of the list, and then move
All right,
put him
yeah, we'll do that.
afterwards.
We'll do that. We'll do that. It's very hard to evaluate him. My guy, PJ Walker, uh, he was played for the XFL.
That's actually
And
Teddy B. PJ Walker's the other
oh
Panthers
wait,
guy.
wait. Are you right? Yeah, you are right. I think so. Yeah, you're right. This is yeah. You're right. That's Teddy. I get the numbers mixed up. My bad, guys. This is Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater's average. He's been average his entire career. Yeah, he has been. I'll probably put him. Keep going. Keep going.
Keep going. Keep
Yeah,
going.
I'd
Keep
probably.
going.
Yeah, he's above Mitch for sure. I'll take him above. Yeah, you could probably
I'd
stop it
rather have
there.
Fitzpatrick.
all right, I back that. Do I back that? No, I'll take him over Fitzpatrick. The thing is with Fitzpatrick, Reeve, he's not long term. That's my problem with Fitzpatrick. You can't start Fitzpatrick for more than 4 weeks in a
Fair
row.
enough. I mean, if you wanted to say who would you rather have for one game, I'd rather have Ryan Fitzpatrick. If you wanted to
I'll
say who
have rather
I'd
have
rather have
Ryan
for like
Fitzpatrick than
half
for
a
one game.
season,
For one game, I'd rather have Ryan Fitzpatrick over every single quarterback on this list. Every single quarterback. Actually, no, I take Nick Foles over Fitzpatrick. That's the only person I take. Yeah, my bad. I take it back. We can move on. TB12. We didn't mention him yet.
number one
Obviously,
elite.
I'd take him. He's number one elite for me as well. You could high key put superstar, but I think if you want to keep it at top five, we can put him in superstar. Up to you.
I think you might just want to put him in superstar for the leadership, bro. I mean, he has the best leadership out
Yeah, I
there
I
ever.
I,
Period.
I like that we have top 10 quarterbacks being in the elite category. I do like that. So elite and superstar category. Yeah, we'll keep it in the superstar category. Just I mean, he won the Super Bowl. If he didn't win the Super Bowl, he'd probably still stay there because that route was incredibly difficult, and he still won the NFC, and he ended up winning the league. So yeah, definitely superstar. Another guy, a guy that doesn't get enough. That guy gets criticized heavily, and it's too little of a sample size. Is Tua Tagovailoa. Uh, for me, he isn't. This is gonna where you. He's definitely average at the moment.
I'd had to put him below Fitz.
Yeah,
I
you have
mean,
to put him
clearly
below
Fitz
Fitz.
was better.
Obviously, you
I'd
can put him above Daniel Jones. Can you?
yeah,
Yeah, I
I
think
think I
that's
would.
yeah. I mean, he could probably. Yeah, that's fair.
He's still a
Um,
question mark, but I'd rather have him as a talent because I think he has a
potential
ceiling that Daniel Jones
potential
doesn't have.
yeah potential here, yeah. Potential probably elite, low elite if he gets there and he has the right players around, even though he does have pretty much the right players around him. With this third pick, hopefully they can bolster the team and help make them better. Next, Tyrod Taylor, a guy that gets screwed throughout his entire career. Screwed, capital S.
Or
Screwed.
punctured, whichever word you
Yeah.
prefer.
He is a very good backup. You could honestly put him average as well. I'm probably gonna put him. Is he last on average?
Yeah, I'd probably go with that.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I haven't seen enough film of Tyrod in the past 2 years because the dude hasn't. He's played like one game a read. It's
Yep.
hard to evaluate. Next, we got all right. Next is these scrubs now, Reeb. It's up to you for now finding out who these dudes are.
Okay, number two. It doesn't matter. You can put him in dog water for the
Okay.
Texans. I'm too lazy to look him up.
All right. Next is
Now
Brandon
it's
Allen.
Brandon Allen, dog water still.
Yeah, I think Brandon Allen's probably above him because I at least know his name.
Yeah. Case
Who's
Keenum,
Case
probably highest
Keenum?
backup, maybe
Yeah,
below Jacoby.
yeah, he's below Jacoby for me. Yeah,
It's
I think
crazy
that's
this guy really made the Super Bowl championship game.
all right. He could be above Mahomes here because he saved his ass.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
for sure.
so we can either go here or we can go here. Up to you. It's
I'd probably
I'm
I'd take him over.
no.
I take him over Stidham.
Stop. No, no,
Yo,
no,
at
no,
least we've seen
no.
him do
He
something.
got
Okay,
cut by the
fine. Dog water.
Patriots.
Fine.
He
Dog water.
got cut by the Patriots. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
fine. It's fine.
Next
Chase
Chase Daniel.
Daniel, whose name is always like mispronounced. It's either Chase Daniels, Chase Daniel. I think he's a loser for not having the extra S in his name. Dog water.
Yeah.
Um,
Is he the best quarterback in dog water so far?
nah, Brandon Allen actually beat the Steelers. So no.
Okay, yeah, fine. Oh wait,
Colt,
Chad Henne's the best. I take it back. Chad Henne's definitely the best dog water QB. Um, this is
Colt
Kyle
McCoy
Lauletta. Oh, this
is
is the you're right. This is Colt McCoy. Yeah.
dog water.
He did beat
He's
the
like
Seahawks, so I'm
yeah.
gonna
So
probably put him
I'd put
above.
him above Chase Daniel.
Yeah. This is the GOAT, Blaine Gabbert. This is probably since he won a Super Bowl, riding off of Tom Brady. I think you could probably put him right below Tom Brady here, or we
Sounds
could put
about right.
him, or we could put him right. above Chase Daniel? No, I'm kidding. Blaine Gabbert's actually kind of trash, so we're gonna put him actually in the bottom of the podcast. Actually, since I know his name, and I don't know this dude's name, I'm gonna keep him here.
Mhm.
Um,
We can just assume this is John Walford. He's dog water as well.
yeah, I mean, we haven't. He did win. He will. He. If they didn't win that game, he wouldn't have made the playoffs.
Okay, fine. He carried the Rams, but not as much as Chad Henne carried Mahomes. I think that's fair.
Yeah. Here. This is Gino. Geno Smith. I don't even know why he's in the NFL. You can
Bottom,
be.
all the way at the bottom, bro.
Actually, yeah, he
I
can
mean,
go
actually,
all
we
the way.
know. I
Oh,
mean,
we
we
still
know
know
his
his
name.
name. Yeah.
No, we know
Yeah.
his name, but I think he's still better than whatever number 2 for the Texans is. I think
All
that's
right. Do you know
fair.
who this dude is? This is Jeff Driscoll, right?
Yeah, Driscoll.
All right. So Jeff Driscoll, he played with the Lions for a bit, so I know his name. He is better than Geno Smith for me, and we can probably stop it there.
Mhm.
This guy is Taylor Heineke.
Yep,
Yeah, it
elite.
is.
He's
All right.
superstar, bro.
I actually am really high on Taylor Hunt. He actually played really well in the playoff game, so I can't actually. I'm probably going to put him above a lot of these guys.
Is he? He's
Uh,
number 1 backup, I think.
yeah,
Like he
yeah.
honestly might be.
I think he actually might be number one backup. It's
I think
crazy to
he's
put him
better than
above.
Alex Smith.
I is he better than Yeah, because Brissett hasn't even won a play. Dude, he almost beat. He made it a one possession game against the Bucks, who ended up being the Super Bowl champ. Something the Chiefs couldn't do.
Hmm.
Put it in that aspect. In
Yep.
that aspect of things, I think he's better than Brissett, and I'll put him below Jordan Love because if Jordan Love's insane, I'm gonna look like an idiot. So we'll keep him. We'll keep it at that. I
Logan
have
Whiteside all the way at the end of dog
I
water.
okay, yeah, I don't know who his name is, so you can actually put him at the end.
Is this
But
Nathan
since
Peterman
since
up
since you
next?
know his name, we'll keep him there. Uh, is this Nathan Peterman? That only makes sense. That's Nathan Peterman,
If it is, he's number 1 dog water for the meme.
number one, right? Yeah, I think he can actually be above Penny for this because I think he's a known meme for everyone. People that are like just new to football, they'll
Poor
know who
guy.
Nate Peterman is. This is Mike Glennon. Mike Glennon's trash too. But since I know his name, he can be above the other two. Next, this is Nick Mullins. Nick Mullins is actually not bad. I'll
He's
probably put
backup
him.
tier. He's behind Stidham, bro. I think I'm above Stidham.
Nah. Oh, you'll take him above Stidham? All right, that's fine. I roll with that. Not above Flacco. Yeah. This is my guy, PJ Walker.
XFL MVP, bro.
Yeah, so you can. He's definitely not dog water. I think he's last on the backup tier for sure, though. Yeah, definitely.
I put him
Uh,
above Stidham. He actually threw a
I,
touchdown and didn't
oh
throw a
wait,
pick
that is
six on
true.
his
Yeah,
first
that's true.
throw.
That's true. That's true. That's true. RG3. I mean, RG3. He was trash whenever he played. I'll be honest. He was really bad whenever he played. Uh,
I'll put him back up just because I think he brings some sort of leadership to the locker.
I don't know what leadership he brings. We'll put everyone above Stidham, though, man. I'll be honest. He can be above Stidham. Uh, I have no clue who this is.
Something AJ Mannion, Sean Mannion. He's
Sean
dog
Mannion.
water too.
He can be above since you know his name. He can be. Oh no, I know Geno Smith's name. He can be here. Yeah,
Above Logan Whiteside, fair.
I don't know who
The
that dude
second
is.
picture of Kyler Murray, dog water, because
Why would you have two pictures of Kyler Murray? I don't know.
exactly. And then
Uh,
Taysom Hill, finally.
yeah. So we're still stuck on Taysom Hill. Oh yeah, that's not what I wanted. Where do you want to put Taysom Hill? I
I
actually
would.
this is
He's
this
better
is
than RG3, better
this
than
is
PJ Walker, better than Nick Mullins, better than Joe Flacco, better than Alex Smith, better than Case Keenum. I'd put him below Jacoby Brissett.
yeah, I
The
think that's
backup
fair.
tier. I think
But I
that's
think
fair, right?
as an overall player, he's definitely way higher. But I think you just don't we can't do that here. You know, if this
It
is a
is the
wide
quarterback
receiver,
tier list.
if
I'm
this is
on.
a wide receiver tier list, I better see Taysom Hill on that list though. You know, but this is
Exactly.
not. Yeah, I mean, since this is a pure quarterback tier list, I think this is a very fair tier list. Obviously some mistakes there, such as Chad Henne not being above Russell Wilson. I think that's a problem. Oh wait, but not above, actually above Patrick Mahomes too, because I mean he basically saved him there. Uh, what's another mistake that was probably there? Uh,
Do you think Ryan Tannehill is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott?
This is an interesting one. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Because
I do.
I'd probably also lean there, but it's a coin flip for me. So I'd probably go
In my
Tannehill
top
because I
10,
think he's clutcher.
this is essentially the top 10 quarterbacks, right, in order. I think the only one that you can really say, yeah, it's close between Dak and uh it's honestly close between Tannehill, Dak, Carr, and Kyler. Yeah, you can probably cut it off there. Since these two, it's only been 1 year. You can actually you can even yeah, screw that. It's only close between these four, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's
Derek Carr, Ryan Tannehill, Kyler Murray, and Dak Prescott are all very close players. Like I think you can make a case for any of them being elite or like above average, and I think you couldn't be wrong whichever way you go. But I think I'd also probably go Ryan Tannehill just slightly because I think he's had more recent playoff success. I think I don't think he's necessarily a better leader, but he shows a bigger moments. And also, he's not coming off his ankle literally being cut in half on national television. So
yeah.
I think that might be fair.
For people that may be saying also Tom Brady's probably a bit too high. Maybe like he's better. He's not. Maybe he's not better than Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. Josh Allen had an incredible year, so maybe it's
I'd
low to
still
have him
take
at
Tom
7.
Brady,
I'm
bro.
still
Tom
taking
Brady.
Tom. I'm still taking Tom Brady. That's probably the only one that maybe people may disagree
I
with.
just think his
I'm trying to think.
leadership, what he brings to the team, how he keeps everyone accountable. Like I'm all, he really came to a Bucks team that was like 7-9. And yeah, it's because Jameis Winston threw 30 picks, but that's besides the point. Like, still, he came in there and was like, get your asses off. We're winning a Super Bowl. And boom, they won a Super Bowl. Like, it's just like winning mentality, winning culture, greatest player of all time. I think you can definitely put him in the superstar. I don't think he's a superstar talent, but as the quarterback and everything that is included in the quarterback position, leadership, accountability,
That's
all
why we
that
have
mentality.
Tannehill that high. I mean, otherwise,
That's why we have Tannehill that high. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
exactly. I mean, if Tannehill wasn't that, I mean, if you're going at pure quarterback skills, Tannehill can probably be like the Jimmy G range, honestly. But it's just like he's been playing well, and he's been like he's showing that leadership, he's showing that drive. He's been playing like very clutch, kind of like Brady has been his entire career. So. Uh, I mean, I'm like I'm a fan of Ryan Tannehill here in my top 10. I never ever thought I would ever see to Ryan Tannehill in my top 10. I've never ever expected that. Um, so in that aspect, yeah, it is kind of crazy to have him over a guy that just got paid as the second highest paid quarterback uh, in NFL. But I don't think Dak Prescott's elite yet, man. I need to see him win a division title for the first time in what 2 years, 3 years, three
Yeah.
years. So I need to see that first, and then I'll put Dak Prescott over Ryan Tannehill, and I probably would put him even over Stafford if Dak Prescott can fulfill that. And then when it comes to Derek Carr, I need to see John Gruden not being an idiot on defense and making stupid picks like Cleveland Farrell at 4, and maybe Derek Carr could actually go somewhere with that. And other than that, I think we should be. I think this list looks good. Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow. I think those guys can both go elite. They can
And
replace them.
superstar as well. Like, I mean,
Yeah, and
we
they can
can
go
won't put them in
superstar.
superstar, but
Yeah, yeah. I
you can
think
put
both
them
of
in
those
elite.
guys have extremely high ceilings. So I mean, you never know how it goes. And yeah, I think that's it, right? I think that's it. Carson Wentz, another guy I'm high on. I think he could definitely be on that Tannehill level if things go right in Indy. Uh, Jameis, no, that's fine. Jalen Hurts is another quarterback that could be near Kyler Murray range. Hopefully, or that's what Arib wants at least. He wants that jump. That's definitely an important
Now, I
one.
want Justin Fields to make that jump next year in green. Come on, Amal.
Oh yeah, my bad, my bad. Yeah, of course. That quarterback controversy will definitely be there at some sort. And speaking of that, we didn't talk about that in news, but Jeffrey Lurie is fully committed to Jalen Hurts, whatever that means.
Smoke
I,
screen season, baby.
this is smokescreen season. I mean, it's funny because the owner is saying that, but he never fully committed. They're not. He's not instructing
Why is
people
the
to say
owner
not
saying
to.
that? Like,
I mean, at the end of the day, if Howie Roseman said that, I think that would mean a little bit more because I think at the end of the day, the owner's just gonna listen to whatever Howie Roseman says, and he's like, "All right, you got my blessings, whatever." I think he's just giving a preference. At the end of it really is like if Justin Fields falls to six, Reed will definitely be biting his nails during that when that pick is on the board.
honestly, I might even take Justin Fields because I think Justin Fields might have a higher ceiling. But
He
again,
definitely. I think it's
smokescreen
definitely
season,
close.
baby.
Yeah,
Who knows
yeah.
what's gonna happen?
Definitely may not
Um,
be the smartest pick though overall,
yeah,
obviously.
agreed.
But yeah. Anything? I think we've covered everything, Arib. I don't see anything else we can add here.
Yeah.
So
One
great
thing
tier
I
list,
want
I
to
think.
add real quickly. Well, not quickly, just to end the show, outro it. 50 days to the NFL to draft them all, and I'm around 60 players into my scouting currently. So we shall see how that goes come draft day.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
excited for this draft. I'm excited for the off season, and every single season seems to be more exciting than the last of them all going into the off season, and that's just where my head's at. Anything you want to want to finish off with before we finish off this episode?
I think you covered everything, man. I think we got a great tier list going, and yeah, I think next week we're probably gonna do a mock draft. It's been about a month, I'd say, since we did the last one. Just updated mock drafts since I know some of these pro days are going on this week, such as like Amari Rodgers, Trey Lance, I believe, is having his pro day. So maybe we're gonna look into some film over the weekend and make an updated mock draft. Maybe we'll include actual trades. We'll see and figure that out. But yeah, that's it from me.
Yeah, thanks for listening to this episode 61 of the Flea Flicker NFL show. If you liked it, do all that fun stuff, like it on YouTube, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, on Twitter. And yeah, thanks for listening. Peace out and bye.